Greetings and salutations, young lords. What's going on, everybody? It's time for the fight as well, right? We got the whole shalabaloo of panel. I don't think shalab. We got the whole doggone panel just sitting here chilling, like bam, 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 like that. Yeah. Uh, where we had, it seemed like it was going to be a tag team themed show, and then they kind of, and they had the brand promo. So we had a little bit of everything, somewhat, kind of, a little bit here. So I guess you guys can maybe introduce yourselves just in case people don't know who you be, because I be DJ right there. Mm, yeah, that's me, and you know we talking that TNA wrestling tonight. So y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick.
Well, my name's right, like there. So if you can't read that, go back to school. I can't help you there. Pretty
My
self-explanatory.
name is about in the same spot. Uh, but if you can't read, I'll help you out. It's Ryan.
He's so helpful. We got a helpful panel, somewhat.
That's me.
I don't care about people. I'm not gonna help you.
I don't care
Actually, he
about the
does
people.
care about
Not
you
you,
people,
just me.
because if he doesn't, then we're just talking to ourselves. So he cares about you just a little bit, just a sec, just a
Well,
tad.
if you couldn't read, how would you get to this video? So I figured.
Maybe they just blindly just stumbled upon it. That's what I'm gonna do. They're just gonna blindly just
That's
this
probably
one.
that's probably most of the people that are gonna watch this are just, oh, this looks cool.
Definitely, definitely,
That girl
and
on.
yeah, our girl Dawn, obviously, she's a go getter. She does it all. She comes
Watches
through
every
all
week.
the time. Oh, mostly every week, and she asks questions. So she's a total package of a fan there. All right, so to start out the show, we got a couple of videos and things. We got some arrivals, which we don't really get a lot. I don't really see that a lot in professional wrestling. It's kind of one of those things that's kind of a MMA type of thing now. We got some arrivals by the champion, who at this time is Bobby Lashley, and by the challenger, who at the beginning of the show was obviously Bobby Roode. So we got some arrivals, which I always like to see. Um, we got a video package basically on Rude's journey. I think we've been seeing this video package since Rude became the number one contender. We've been seeing this video package, just basically, going through what Rude has been through to get to his journey and how much it means to him and stuff like that. So we start off the show with a match, actually. Um, we start off the show with Samoa Joe and Low Key versus Kenny King and MVP. Basically, this was the another match in the tag team series. They're in the semifinals at this point. Um, they're trying to figure out who's going to be the number one contender. I was expecting more new teams in this tournament, but we didn't really get a lot of new teams. We just kind of got people that were already together, and then they just kind of teamed up a little bit. And I think Ryan, you said you missed. How much of this did you miss before you got a chance to come in? I think you missed about an hour.
Um, I think I probably missed half an hour. I probably got here around 9:30, 9:45.
Okay.
But I came in. I think it was the Matt Hardy, the Hardys, and whoever they were fighting
Oh yeah.
when I came.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I remember you texting me then. All right. So for the MVP match and Kenny King match, I actually thought this match was pretty good. I know I've been crapping on tag team wrestling a little bit recently, but I actually thought this match was pretty good. as far as the whole, dynamic of it, I'm always into the technical sequences and stuff like that. Um, Whenever you do a technical sequence and you can make it look good, I'm always a big time fan of that. Both MVP and Samoa Joe were promoting merch tonight because they would not take their shirts off. I don't even understand why MVP has a shirt because his suit covers his whole body, so it doesn't make a ton of sense for him to have a shirt. But anyway, you do what
He's
you want
wearing
to.
a 70s swimsuit.
Yeah, yeah, he's got his onesie on at that point. I mean, I don't know, man. I guess he gets cold. Maybe he gets cold in his upper body area, and he has to have a shirt on or whatever. They got to promote merch. You can't. I mean, how many people you think are gonna walk around with that, onesie he wears and get the nasal strip and everything? I don't think there's people going around like that. Um, we got a nice little rolling leg bar by Samoa Joe and MVP. I thought that looked really good. I thought he actually caught him with a little bit of an ankle lock here. It kind of looked like, but they described it as a leg bar, and he was rolling, so I added rolling in there for myself. Then we had a corkscrew elbow by Low Key. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Great Muta in recent history. I don't know if it probably didn't look like the Great Muta in his prime, but it looked like the Great Muta of like when he was in the New York tapings that time and he hit that nice little elbow. Looked kind of like that. MVP pulls Kenny King out of the ring and then grabs Joe's leg to distract Joe here, and Joe pulls down the rope and allows Low Key to hit a front flip on both MVP and Kenny King. I thought this looked really good. And actually, not MVP and Low Key and Samoa Joe have looked pretty good as a tag team. It's kind of even a little surprising, somewhat, I guess. They're both talented, and they probably have a ton of chemistry in the ring. So it's not too surprising, but to see them working together, I guess, is a little more surprising than maybe it should be. Low Key obviously hits his signature little wind up kick that he hits in every match, which looks cool all the time. And I tried to hit it one day and pulled a little muscle there, so I'm gonna stay away from doing that. Then we
I can hit that kick.
Huh?
I can hit that kick. Done
I
it
felt like
before.
that was some nice time given for this match. It wasn't terribly long, but it didn't feel like it was rushed or anything. Because I know sometimes I felt like TNA's matches have been rushed. Some of them, not all of them, but some of the matches would just kind of get thrown in and get rushed sometimes. But this match felt like it had some good time going with it. Samoa Joe comes off with a nice little hot tag as he was getting beat down a little bit. He comes off with a hot tag and gets a near fall off the scoop slam he hits when when his opponent comes off the ropes. Kenny King hits the somersault kick on Joe, which I actually really love. Low Key breaks it up with the Warrior's Way, which was great. Just the way he hits that and then the face he makes afterwards, like, you don't want this, bro. You don't want this. Like, Low Key's the man. He hits that Warrior's Way and he doesn't care. And then to end the match, we had Low Key hitting a drop kick from the side. It was kind of like I think last week we got the Monty Brown finisher by, I can't remember who exactly it was, but basically he was running towards Joe in the corner. Low Key hits him from the side, and then that sets up Joe to hit the Coquina Clutch rear naked choke, which I can't spell, but I can say it. So, he hits that for the win. So, Ryan, I don't know how you're gonna input on this, but I guess you can, based off of what I said, do the best you can. It's up to you. However maybe you talk about the style of match I kind of described it as, or something, or maybe you get a better idea from Casey or whatever. So, just fill in whatever you can if you got anything to say. Casey, you can go ahead.
I wrote a couple things down about this match. There was a lot of nice, like you said, reversals and combinations that you don't really get to see that much in professional wrestling anymore. I feel like they don't really do that as much anymore. I felt like in the beginning it was kind of a methodical pace, and I was waiting for it to kind of speed up a little bit because you did have, Low Key, Kenny King, those two can kind of, and even Samoa Joe. He's a big guy, but for a big guy, he's really light on his feet. I like that about him. Um, I feel like with Kenny King, he's great on the mic, but he kind of bores me sometimes with his in-ring skills. Um, I'll probably get a lot of hate for that from like Ring of Honor fans and whatnot. But all in all, it was a really good match. I liked it. Um, don't really have anything else to say about it. It was a good match, and I liked how they did give it enough time and didn't rush it.
Right.
All right.
You got anything to say? I know it's kind of hard to get up stuff when you didn't see anything, but I mean, maybe like, you can just, the, the technical aspect of the match, or would you rather see? Because I know the highlights is something we get all of today, and I just think it's good to see that technical aspect come back. When it does come back. What you think about that?
Yeah, I've got some things to say before I get into that. When I first got back into it, which was about a year ago this time, uh, MVP just first came on the scene in TNA, and he and Samoa Joe were like this. They were like thick as thieves, and now to see them fighting just makes me laugh at how far the might have fallen. The MVP, how he was big dog, and now he's just kind of licking Lashley's boots right now. With the style of tag team matches, it really depends for me on who's fighting, because there are guys that I don't care if they're methodical or not when they're in the ring. Like when I see the Hardy Boys go in, I know I'm going to see some exciting stuff, but I don't care how technical their match is. I don't want to see Matt Hardy get a good shoulder lock in or some super sweet reversal. I just want to see him
But you
flying. But
definitely want to see
if it's
Three get the leg lock.
yeah, but if it's someone who's more calm in the ring, I would say I like to see them get those reversals. There are a few reversals that I like later on in the show. Some of the matches that I saw. But yeah, I would like this match that you're describing. It sounds pretty good. I would like to see it. That little reverse kick that Low Key does. I like him a lot. I haven't seen him a lot, but I like what I've seen.
All right. Ryan's kind of fading in and out. So it's probably gonna resolve itself in a little bit. Google Plus is like this sometimes, so we're just gonna keep going. It's kind of like just it's doing good sometimes and it's not other times, so it'll probably just resolve itself in a little bit anyway.
I do have
Um,
to say I did like that kind of misdirection dropkick that Loki did, and I think that's something that makes with the six-sided ring makes it more exciting because with a normal four-sided ring you couldn't really do that, and I thought it looked cool and kind of brought a different aspect to uh, the match. Same with when, like you said, when Monty Brown was in, he had the pounce. Which,
there it is. That's what it is.
yeah, which he did with the four-sided ring, but it wasn't the same.
God, I couldn't remember that freaking move for anything. I was trying my best to. That was one of my favorite moves, and a lot of that is the sell of it. You got to sell it right, because if you're running one direction, he's hitting you from another direction. It's got to be a little hard to sell that, somewhat. It's kind of like a football type of thing. Like you're running one way, somebody T-bones you, and you're screwed at that point.
Mhm.
All right, so next we had highlights from the Devon Bram match. We had highlights from the Devon and Bram match from last week. Um, It wasn't really. It was just highlights. It wasn't like a video. I didn't know if it was. We call it a video package. It was technically video, but it was just basically highlights from that match last week and how Bram's the hardcore legend and everything. Devon in a little backstage segment here says Bram has a problem, and the problem is him. And then he talks to someone on the phone. I was actually expecting this to be someone new, or someone. I didn't expect it to be Bully because I obviously know the situation with Bully and his contract situation and everything. I don't know if he's going to be back on TV with TNA ever, at least for the time being. So I don't really know what. I was hoping it was somebody different a little bit, but you know we'll figure it out here in this brand promo here in a second. After that, they went to commercial. They came back with a video package on the Rude and Lashley rivalry, basically pumping up the main event for the night. Obviously, that's what you got to do. You got to pump it up and make it feel like it's a really big thing. Then we get the Bram promo, and Bram actually starts in this weird apron sitting position. I don't know why. I guess it was to give that creepy vibe. And then he swiftly moves to the ring, and he calls out Magnus. And I don't know if you guys feel this way, but when I hear Bram's music, I think of "We Are the Champions," or is that what the name of that song is? Yeah, that's what it is. I think of "We Are the Champions." I actually started singing it when he comes out, but it's similar to that. It's not exactly the same, but it is similar. If you listen to it, you can get that vibe from it. He calls out Magnus. Magnus says, we're not brothers by blood, but we're brothers by the blood that we spilt. I don't know if spilt is a word, but that's what he said. So I'm gonna, I mean, he came from England, so he's gotta know English, right? So I think we're good. I think
He wants and it's right.
What did you say?
He's British. He can say whatever he wants and it's right.
But unless he says, "This is your world heavyweight champion speaking."
Yeah, that's probably the greatest thing he's ever said. That's what he should say all the time, and then just get booed out of the building for it. I wish he would have kept saying it just when he wasn't the champion, especially when he first lost it. I wish he would have just kept coming out there and saying it just to be obnoxious. Been great.
He did. He walked out that first day, and he was like, "This is your." Oh, it looked so sad.
But after Magnus says, "We're brothers by the blood we spilt," Magnus also says, this is his time, not only his time, but it's our time. Then Bram, says, could you, basically Bram said something about if he was this aggressive, would it be, his title run would have been better or something. Basically what I got from that is, could you imagine if your title run wasn't the worst ever? That's basically what Bram said, because, yeah, we know about Magnus and that terrible title run of his. And then Bram says he wants to, get rid of all the hardcore dinosaurs. After this, Devon comes out. He says, shut it, basically, and no one believes you. No one believes what you're saying. None of that. And his special guest that he was on the phone with was Tommy Dreamer, which Tommy Dreamer's song gets me hyped and everything. But I'm not over Tommy Dreamer. Don't get me wrong. I just thought it was going to be somebody different. So it was kind of one of those things where I was like, oh, it's Tommy Dreamer again. I was kind of a little sad. But
I just have to throw in, it reminded me of when they were doing the tag team tournament and Jeff Hardy came out picking his partner, and I was like, please, not Matt Hardy, be somebody else, and then it was Matt Hardy. Like, you knew it, but you didn't want it to be.
Yeah, I understand. But I don't know. I'm not over Dreamer. I love Dreamer. Don't get me wrong. It was just like, please, just I think we can kind of see eye to eye on that one. Bram, a brawl ensues after this, and Bram and Magnus they take control early. Devon and Dreamer they turn it around. Basically, they start getting out chairs, and Bram and Magnus said, "Or nah," they jump out of that ring really fast, and they want no part of that. Bram teases getting back in the ring, but he never really does. Um, this is obviously something that they're trying to do with Devon and Bram. I'm not Devon and Bram, Lord help me. Devon and Dreamer to put over both Bram and Magnus. More, I feel like it's more to put over Bram and to rejuvenate Magnus because Magnus has kind of been stale ever since his title run. Even during his title run, he was pretty stale, and until he said his famous line that was about the hype of his title run. So they're trying to put Bram over because Bram's a young guy. He's a new guy, and they're showing that toughness in him, and they're trying to do something more with Magnus than have Magnus be boring and not be really that great. So I mean, that's about all I got for that one. I was just going through the whole promo there, and it wasn't really that long. Like it wasn't as long as I made it seem by talking about it. It was just a lot. I really wrote down what they really talked about for once, and I never really do that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that long. It was kind of a pretty quick thing, but I did kind of like how Bram did start off his promo on the apron. It was different. It was like you said, it was kind of creepy. It kind of reminds me of some of like Dean Ambrose backstage, or even like when Kane would be backstage in like the under a stairs or something like that. Just kind of something different because a lot of promos start off in the ring or backstage with like an announcer or something like that, which kind of gets boring after a while. So to do something like that, don't really have much to say about the whole segment. But fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, Bram is married to Charlotte Flair. So there's that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, oh man.
Dude, I just
Speaking
blew
of
my mind.
speaking of NXT talent that I would like to marry,
Which
my
is
girl JoJo.
it's so weird to me how that works with one of them being employed by TNA and one of them by WWE.
Oh yeah, definitely. And obviously he's gonna get the figure four. he's gonna start doing that. But Ryan, do you have anything to say about Bram in general, or anything about maybe anything we talked about?
One thing I would have to say is anything about Magnus and how, yeah, his title run kind of sucked, but the whole time I'm watching title run, I'm just like, how many different ways can you cheat and win these matches? It was kind of a puzzle to me than actually like watching a match. I thought that was interesting because it was always so unexpected, or it was always such different ways, or different people come in and cheat and help him win. But then when I lost his title, I was like, thank God,
Yeah, definitely.
someone else gets to do something.
Did you get to watch Lockdown when Biff stuck his hand through the ring? I was actually a big fan of that. 'Cause it was
Yes,
so
we watched that
unexpected.
together. It was
Yeah, we did. We actually did. Yeah.
yeah.
I was a big fan of that. People were really criticizing that, but I was actually a big fan of that during his title run. It was just it was different, and we hadn't seen it in like 15 years. So I don't know what the real complaint about it was. You can say, oh, they're copying, but I mean, Kane or Undertaker, I don't know which one it did it. They did it like forever ago. It's whatever to me.
Yeah.
Best thing about Magnus losing his title is that EC3 and Spud get to do stuff other than be Magnus's people.
That's true. Do you have something to say, Casey?
I was just gonna say I was kind of depressed when his title reign got really stale because before he won the title, I was starting to like kind of like him. Um, his character seemed interesting, but then as soon as he won the title, it was kind of it almost turned into there's just a typical heel, which was boring to me.
And plus, people
Yeah.
think Dixie Carter's terribly boring, so that may have been a factor in it too.
But she is.
Um, yeah, she is, and if you want to get heel heat, you just hang out with Dixie Carter because that she gets heel heat like no other. Um,
Let's be
so I mean,
honest. But who is the best?
yeah. All right, so next we had a Madison Rayne Taryn Terrell segment. Basically, Madison's, trying to make up to Taryn Terrell and saying, you have done the same thing, right? It makes logical sense. Taryn Terrell, she's just like, let's just focus on the beautiful people. Let's not focus on, this whole situation. Well, then we got a little Shark Boy segment here. Shark Boy's chilling in the back. And he got him a hot dog. I take it he has some ketchup on it, a little mustard or something like that. He makes the little boy hold the hot dog while he's signing the autograph, and spills the ketchup on the autographed paper. And he's like, just get out of here, just get out of here. Typical Shark Boy stuff at this point. Um, and, and then he gets an older lady to take a picture. Not that he was really feeling the picture, and he says, "Come on, you old bag, take the picture." So, Shark Boy's doing it at this point. Shark Boy's the goat at this point. But interesting to note here, a guy in the back actually, I don't know who this guy is, random fella. He's like, Shark Boy, when you gonna become, old Shark Boy old or whatever, and you got to lose some weight, you got to become the Shark Boy. So I'm expecting maybe a gimmick change for Shark Boy, and not a huge gimmick change, just a back to the original Shark Boy, I guess, and not the Stone Cold Shark Austin Shark Boy, Shell yeah, Shark Boy. I don't know. What do you guys think they're gonna?
I have no idea. I was so like with this segment, I was like, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? It didn't make sense. Like, you know, him coming back initially didn't make sense anyway, because there was no real point to it except for him needing money. But I think he is just going to be like another jobber, I
Yeah,
don't think they're going to do anything important with him.
it's kind of a waste. Probably. I mean, I'm glad he's getting his money and all that. Having to provide for actual people besides us. But you know what I mean? Like, it's probably a waste for TNA just because they're not gonna do much with him. He's not gonna become X Division champion. I mean, who's he gonna job to? They don't have anybody to feed. It's not like they have a Rusev where they can just feed him.
Yeah,
They don't have anybody to, unless they're gonna feed him to EC3. But EC3 at this point is above, you know, jobbers at this point. He's beating, legends, hardcore American icon.
maybe they'll team him up with Rockstar Spud and they'll have a handicap match with EC3.
Yeah, they could do
They're gonna
that.
break his winning streak. That's gonna be awesome.
EC3's winning streak feels like it's never gonna
No,
end.
I
Like,
think that
That would be great if they broke it.
that's what I'm saying. I really want
yeah, I
Spud
get
to
that.
break EC3's winning streak. I think that would be the best.
I don't know. EC3's very good. He can't be losing to Spud. Come on.
But Spud
He
used to be like
disagreed.
he disagrees. Spud used to be like decent though. Right now he's just a tool. He doesn't do anything. He gets pushed around and makes me sad. Kid's got a lot of spunk.
He looked pretty good in that match though last week. I don't, but it's pretty good. And I mean, he's always been pretty good, definitely.
He was pretty good when they had that like British boot camp thing that TNA did back like
Yeah.
last year or whatever, and then they kind of just threw him into that stupid gimmick, which I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they had to try to make Dixie Carter funny somewhat. So maybe she would be kind of funny by association. And I guess he
And
was annoying enough to kind of get her heel heat a little bit too.
yeah,
Because at the beginning of it,
Yeah,
obviously,
that's
he
what I think
wasn't
Shark
really
Boy's doing
loved.
right now. That's what I think Shark Boy's in there for, because he's not really doing anything too important, but I think he's just in there for comic relief at this point. Where Spud's all melancholy because he got fired, he can't be the comic relief anymore. So I think they're just having Shark Boy in to fill the void until another comic relief character comes out.
probably.
Could see that. All right, so next we probably got Ryan's favorite match of the evening. I don't think he even saw this match, but we had the beautiful people, Ryan's favorite two people in the world.
Oh, God. They're so bad.
This is Aaron Terrell and Madison Rain. When when the beautiful people come out, they obviously tease the whole kiss thing. I don't know why, but tonight it looked like Velvet Sky was going in a little bit closer tonight. I think she wanted it a little more than Angelina Love did. I don't know, Casey, if you noticed that, but she was a little closer than Angelina Love was, and then she kind of bailed out at the end and was like,
She's like, no, I can't do it. I can't.
You know, I hate to hate on Knockouts and the Divas because it's such a typical thing to do to not watch the girls' matches, but I just can't stand the beautiful people every time I see their faces. It just makes me want to throw up. They're so bad. Angelina Love looks like a silly put in a shoe.
all right, so at this point, I was thinking, so we're gonna get a tag team theme show again, but we didn't. Madison Rain says or nah to a couple of tags. She just finds a different excuse to not tag into this match. Um, and Terrell doesn't care though, cause she don't need no woman, cause she is gonna be knockout champion eventually at some point. So she was like, I don't need no woman. She was taking out everybody. She ain't care. And then Madison Rain hits Terrell Terrell with a big kick in a not even a heel turn. We already knew Madison Rain was a heel, so I don't really know. I guess they were just emphatically stating that Madison Rain is a heel at this point, I guess. Um, then she hits her with a what is it called? She don't know, but I think it's called the raindrop. It's raindrop. Raindrop. It's the move where she sets her up like she's gonna do a rampage and then sits down. Practically. So, any any thoughts on the knockouts tonight? No Havoc tonight for once. Kind of surprising.
Uh, did did you notice when Madison Rain did that like double uh, front drop kick on the beautiful people? She completely missed Velvet Sky.
Oh yeah, I think I did notice
Like it was so bad. Like it wasn't even close, and she still sold it. I was like, yes.
that.
And then the
Yeah.
other thing is, we had, before the match we had a little preview or like a they were trying to get us to watch the Amazing Race with Brooke and Robbie E. So don't forget to watch that.
I've been trying to watch it. I still haven't watched it yet though.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
watched
have
like
one recorded. Glad the cat could join us for the show, Ryan.
My dog.
All right. So after that match, um, obviously that was the match of the night. Um, we had a video package pumping up Mr. Lashley as a destroyer and the eater of souls. I think didn't MVP say that he eats souls or something? I can't remember what he said, but it makes me sound like I'm talking about Bray Wyatt being the eater of worlds. I can't remember exactly what he said. He said something about
Bray.
souls being killed and eaten. Does anyone know what he said? Does anyone
The
know what he
eater of
said?
something. The eater of pizza.
Yeah, the eater of pizza. You know what I love though about the Bobby Lashley treadmill scene? I love how every other person would probably have a nice slice of pizza there. He'd have like a nice little Twinkie or something. Maybe a picture of the Bay on there. But Bobby Lashley's got the world title chilling right there. I think that's pretty cool.
Just staring at it.
he's going to get it, even though he's already got it. So. But next we had the undefeated and still undefeated and always will be undefeated, 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 undefeated. That means he
Until
does
Wrestling
not lose,
Federation.
lose, 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 lose. I gotta get my EC3 on for the night. Gotta get my EC3 on for the night. We got EC3 and the big dancing Tyrus. Well, he's not dancing anymore, but we all know Tyrus as the big dancing, guy. We knew him as before. So we got EC3 and Serious Tyrus versus the Hardys. I didn't write down a ton here,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna go through it real quick. So we got. I think this is where Ryan actually jumped in. So we got. First off, I was like, will EC3's first title run be with the tag titles? The reason I had this question is because EC3 is obviously undefeated and undefeated and undefeated. So obviously, I was like, okay, they're gonna win this match. They're gonna win the title. He's gonna remain undefeated forever. He's gonna win every title on the roster, every title for the brand, and it's gonna be great. But no, that's not what ended up happening. So we got a suplex splash combo by the Hardys. We got poetry in motion into a side effect for a near fall. We got EC3 mocking Sting, which was a little testy here. He mocked Sting, although Sting's not in the company. I love that TNA will do this, though. They will mention WWE, and they will mock people that are in WWE. TNA just no chill. TNA has no chill, okay? No chill. They don't care. So then we got, Tyrus not having anything to do with the Hardys. He said, forget you, Hardys. He drags them over for the high risk maneuver. The move that most of the big people do, where they just like they just kind of fall. And Casey just lagged out there, but that's okay. But the big guys usually just kind of fall out. Tyrus does miss this move, unfortunately, and then he gets hit with the twist of fate. And actually, it's a Twist of Fate stunner version of the Twist of Fate into the Swanton Bomb combination. And obviously, we all know EC3 can't take this pin. He's got to remain undefeated. Because technically, in this match, he didn't get pinned, although he technically lost because he was on the same team as Tyrus. But, they're still going to go with the he's never taken a pin because actually he did lose in that First Blood match. He actually was the 1-2 bleed. So, I don't know. He was upset with Tyrus here. I don't think they're going to really promote too much dissension. Really what's going on here is they're just pumping up EC3 as this guy who does not care, and if you lose, he's going to be mad at you. So what do you guys think of EC3 and the Big Tyrus versus the Hardys?
I didn't really
I
watch.
want.
Flip a
All
coin.
right, I'll go first. I want a handicap match with Rockstar Spud, Shark Boy. I want Tyrus to turn. I want them all to take out EC3 and end his streak. I want Rockstar Spud to put EC3 in a leg lock and make him submit. or pin. I
No,
want
no,
him to come
no,
out.
no, no. EC3, no, no. EC3 would probably just take out them all, especially the way they were pushing him at this point. He wouldn't. He wouldn't care. He put them all in a leg lock at the same time. 3 legs in 1 lock.
I just can't watch Tyrus because I'm still like, that's Brodus Clay. They didn't change anything about him at all. They didn't change his
With
attire.
the,
They
with the
didn't
big
No, no,
guys,
anything.
really change that much, can you? I mean, they could have grew him some more hair or something. I mean, I don't really know what they could have did to change him. Like, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but and then when you think about Brodus Clay, you got to think about that dancing fool we saw. So to change him, that's my only question.
Just change the appearance up more, like at least the attire, you know,
The ministry beard.
something that little can change so much, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they did kind of just change his name and just go with it. I
And it's
don't know.
it still kind of looks
I guess they kind of thought. What are you saying?
it still kind of looks like cartoony, like Brodus Clay did. Like I can't take it
Yeah, I
serious.
mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess they felt like Brodus Clay wasn't known that much. Cause I mean, did they WWE to go from serious Brodus, the Funkadores? They did the same thing with Tensai. Like it was just weird. They didn't really change him at all. They just kind of put him with the Funkadactyls and go out there and dance.
Yeah, and then they were both eclipsed by the Funkadactyls. Like I don't know.
Eclipsed by Naomi,
I
who
just
has to
don't
back
know.
down the NXT.
I just don't know how long this gimmick is gonna work for him.
I don't know. I don't know what they're big man and Tyrus. Hey, maybe like James Storm. He'll start doing super kicks. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
oh,
Just
please.
where's the
I would
revolution?
love that. I would love to see Tyrus do a super kick. That is a lot of like slamming you in the face.
Match?
And speaking of super kicks,
Oh god.
damn,
What super kick are we talking about specifically? James Storms?
that super kick that happened to James Storm super kick to
That happened.
Davey Richards.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
James Storm. James Storm is a super kick beast. Like that man's super kick sounds so good. Like it hurts me a little bit. That man's super kick sounds incredible.
Yeah, he does have an awesome super kick.
Like and even like I does like it sounds just as good.
What even made it better is Eddie Edwards sold it so well. Like it
mm-hmm.
was so good.
Yeah, I mean he didn't like freeze frame like Davey Richards did a couple weeks back, but Ryan, you got any input on this match? I think this is the first match I actually saw.
What the tag team one with the Hardys?
The EC Ryrus and
Yeah,
Hardy.
Iris. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I was still trying to set up my whole watching station, getting my food ready and getting my drink. But so I didn't pay too close attention to it, but I paid attention to some of the stuff, and I liked it a lot. And the EC pit when they lost. and I saw I saw Matt Hardy take I think it was Tyrus to the ground and got up on the rope. I was expecting a swanton. He just splashed it. And like, oh. But that was later to come.
Oh yeah, we won't see
But yeah,
Hardy
I always
do
like
it.
watching. I
You're
always like
watching
watching
what?
the Hardys fight, and I always like watching EC3 fight. Watching the
Oh
Hardys
yeah,
fight and EC3.
yeah. Love EC3. I mean, I love, 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 love. I'm just gonna I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm just gonna get a shirt so I can quit saying words so much. Okay.
Trouble, 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 trouble.
So we heard that the revolution was gonna expand. We're gonna get a little bit more revolution than we've had before. So right now, obviously, if you guys don't know, let me catch you up. So the revolution right now is James Storm, Manique, and Sonata, the Great Sonata. Not only Sonata, but the Great Sonata. Okay, so you gotta put that great in there. You're just you didn't got the man's name right anymore. So James Storm, that's this nice little promo. He's basically talking about a storm is a coming. Before the storm, there's some quiets. James Storm is straight up preaching at this point. I said, "Preach, Pastor." James Storm was preaching. He was practically preaching at this point. And Manning, Manning's a little bit different than Sonata because James Storm goes over to Sonata. He slaps him. Sonata bows. James Storm don't be slapping Manic though. James Manic don't take that. Manic don't take that. Man, nah, bro. You treat me like that. Nah, Manic don't take that straight up. So Manic is straight up G. If you guys see his have ever seen his Instagram, dude's a straight up, or his Twitter. I think it's his Twitter actually. Dude's a straight up G. So he don't take that. He don't care if he is in a revolution. He like co-leader or something. So then David Richards comes out and he contemplates, should I join the revolution? Should I not join the revolution? But Eddie Edwards, nah, bro, you ain't gonna join that revolution, bro. So then basically that sets up Eddie Edwards versus James Storm. What do you guys think of the pre-match promo that actually led to a match, which was really cool? A match I didn't expect either.
I think the Wolves need to get better on the mic.
Yeah, definitely.
He didn't say anything. Did he say anything at all? I can't remember.
He said, "I can speak for myself." And then Eddie Edwards took him up there.
He's like, I got my line right.
Well. All right, so we got that David Richards is trash on the mic from the panel here. So we had a match between Eddie Edwards and James Storm. Basically, Manic during this match, throughout this whole match, is trying to speak to Davey and trying to whisper in his ear. He got a little bit closer to the ear than I would have liked, though. It kind of looked a little weird for a second there. They zoomed in. He was like. So I was just like, okay, all right, we're getting a little close to the ear. All righty. All right, man. You do you though, bro. So, Manic's trying to speak to Davey throughout this match. We get a nice little backpack suplex by Eddie Edwards. I think he does that practically all the time. So got a little nice backpack suplex by Eddie Edwards. James Storm may have the greatest Hangman DDT that I have ever seen in my life. Because it's even better than Randy Orton's. And I am a huge Randy Orton fan. That man set him up and dropped him, and it looked incredible. Like, I don't know if you guys agree, but I thought it's looked way better than Randy Orton's has looked over the past, 4 years. So, I don't know. I liked it. I thought that Hangman's DDT was pretty incredible. I went back and watched it twice.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, we're
gorgeous.
supposed to win off a Sonata distraction, and doesn't really work that way. Then Eddie Edwards hits a baseball slide on Manic as he's trying to talk to Davey Richards. And, with this whole thing...
That was not too.
What'd you say?
that baseball slide was nice too. It came out of left field and took him out.
Of course, it came out of left field. That's the only place you can come with a baseball slide. But got to come out the baseball field on that one. But I mean, we had basically, before I get to my main question here. So, got winning off of the last cross kick, and you won it. Are they gonna break up the Wolves? If they do, I'm gonna be a little sad because it's kind of premature. And plus, they don't have any more tag teams. They can't just like throw in tag teams together and then be like, "Well, do that though." Like, really have that, but you know what I mean. They're a great tag team at this point, and Magnus kind of and Bram are tag team. You can't romance without Robbie on that. I don't think they're giving the bromance the titles time soon. The question is, are they cool with this? They're gonna join I'm the Authority. Good gravy. Are you gonna join the Revolution, or do you think he's gonna, tease it a little bit but never actually do?
I mean, for me, this kind of storyline isn't making too much sense because they're making it seem like, Eddie Edwards wasn't always there for Davey, but since they've been in TNA, there hasn't been any, like, there hasn't been a match where, Eddie misses a tag or something and they lose a match. Like, there's nothing to really back this storyline. To my memory, maybe I missed something, but it just kind of feels like there's no backing to it and they're trying to push it too hard.
Yeah, I didn't see any like background to it either, because even when they had that whole MVP thing where MVP was putting the Wolves against each other, and no one. So yeah, that doesn't make it doesn't make any sense at this point what they're gonna do. And I think I know what they're gonna do because I know a little bit of the future, a little more than I want to know. But I'm not gonna reveal that during this video because I don't want to spoil anyone. But I think I know what they're gonna do with this. But Ryan, you got anything to say about this match, or do you think that they're gonna break up the Wolves this early?
Uh, yeah, about this revolution thing with the Wolves. I think Wolves at all because they're putting out new merch and they were repping their merch today. So I don't there's not it's not economical to break out the Wolves yet. And they've also got the championship. But I think what they might be trying to do is trying to show how big of an influence James Storm is like on the company, like how he's going after the tag team around and is trying to break them up. He thinks he's got that much
Yeah, they're
influence
building up
that
that heel heat.
he
You
can
think they're
take the
building up that heel
Wolves.
heat for James Storm?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Because
they're
they're
trying
obviously the
to
most over right now.
mhm, trying to get him out there as the big bad villain coming up. Like I think he's gonna be the big heel coming up in the storyline.
All right, so I can't really talk right now, so um, kind of started eating some ice at the wrong time. So give me a second.
I don't know. I don't think they would split up the Wolves because, I mean, if you've watched any like past Ring of Honor stuff, they've split them up in Ring of Honor a couple times too. So it's not like they've never split up before. I think TNA is kind of playing on like they're a team that's never split up. Um, and just now with their tag team division the way it is, it would be stupid to split them up anyway. Because I mean, we are talking in a previous video how they need to build up their tag team division along with WWE needs to also. But it would just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going in that direction a little bit because I don't think they're gonna split them up though. That it wouldn't make any sense. I think they're trying. I think they are trying to make James Storm be that big heel. Um, I don't know if they're gonna do this, but as the Revolution continues to evolve, as much as people, I wouldn't mind seeing James Storm get another world title shot in the future. I mean, probably not right now. I don't know how long the Revolution thing's gonna last. For one. So I don't know. It would be interesting if the Revolution kind of took over the entire company a little bit, where they had every single title. Um, I don't know if they would do that though, because I know a lot of
That
people are
would be
against factions being over the world title and stuff like that. And
Am
it
I
would
the
kind of
only
be
one
similar
who?
to aces and eights too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Am I the only one who thinks Manic's new mask looks completely stupid?
They gotta show his mouth so he can talk though.
It looks, but it looks like it doesn't even go with the rest of his attire. Like they just grabbed the mask. They're like, "Here, wear this. It has blue in it."
I don't know. I kind of like it, and it may just be because it's different. Because Manic's been the same for a while, and this is like the only real TV time he's gotten recently. So I guess that they're kind of pushing Manic in a heel way, which is kind of surprising because Manic's pretty over when he's in the ring.
Yeah. And the before that, the only change was his name. I think his name before was Suicide, and then they changed it to Manic. That's really the only change they've done to his character, besides the fact that he originated from the TNA video game.
You're right. I'm gonna leave you guys with this overlay. And you guys can go wherever you want to with it until.
All right. This was the next and last match, right?
Let's see.
Heavyweight champion.
Yeah, that was the next match with Kurt Angle.
Match. It's the match. Sorry.
Yeah, this is a good match. I really like this match.
It was. I liked it. It was.
You could tell from the beginning.
You know what? I'll run it down and then I'll let you guys talk about it because I wrote down a lot of stuff. So I'll come back real quick. I'll make my triumphant return and I'll run it down real quick and then you guys can, give your views on it because maybe something that I wrote down y'all didn't have or something like that. I'll help you guys out a little bit. Just a tag. Main event of the evening here and basically, we have Bob versus Bobby Lashley. It worked with Lashley as much as it works with Rude. But, we had Bobby Roode and Bobby Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Kurt Angle was a special guest referee. I tweeted as I remembered that Kurt Angle was a special guest referee. Special guest referee is kind of scary. You kind of expect either a heel turn by the referee, you expect something screwy to happen in the match. But we didn't get that. We did get some referee bumps though. So first off, actually I'm gonna start you guys with this, and then you guys whichever can, because I gotta go to the bathroom. I don't wanna, Anyway, we got the slow bell ring and the introductions. Like, you got the like that, like the ding, 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 and then they do the official introductions. Do you guys like that? Because me personally, I freaking love that. Like, it's such a when I listen to when Jeremy Borash does that and they do the slow bell ring and stuff like that. I really really enjoy. It just gives it, and even especially on an Impact show, it really gives it a big fight feel because you don't hear it a lot in the Impact shows, or I don't pay attention that much to the bell or something. But I actually I really love the slow the slow bell ring and the introductions, the official introductions. So what do you guys think about that in particular?
I like that. I think when they do it, it makes it a little bit more unique of a show because like WWE doesn't do it because they don't give a crap about their main events anymore. But it's cool when they do it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked that they did the whole and in the corner thing. It made the match seem a lot more official, a lot more meaningful than if it were just two guys going for the belt. It made it seem like it meant something, and it did because this was a great match.
Yeah, it felt like it made the build up to the match better.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want you guys to know there was not going to be any more bell ringing for this match thanks to Bobby Lashley and all his everything during this match. So first off, before we get into this match, obviously we got into the introduction and stuff like that, and something I really just how many of us just raise your hand if you want to try to mess with Lashley's girl, and how many of us would actually go and try to be messing around with Lashley's girl and not expect him to not expect us to die. I don't want to die trying to mess with Lashley's girl. He looks so intimidating though. It really plays well with who he is. It looks incredibly intimidating. So Lashley girl, don't be trying to hit me up because I ain't trying to die, bro.
Lashley's intense though, like to me it always looked like he's like about to cry, like somebody just made fun of him in third grade.
But Lashley, like his veins they're just like bam. I'm like, oh, all right, Lashley, you just doing too much right now. And I just want you guys. Do you guys think Lashley's probably the best seller of head moves ever? Because I mean, the man can bounce with that head. The man just bounces. Like I just can't get over that EY pile driver that made Lashley bounce off the mat.
That was pretty awesome.
All right, so let's get into this match, this main event. But what do you guys think of this match overall? Like just before we even run it down, because I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. Ending, not so much. I liked it though overall.
Well, 2 points I would like to point out is he was very mean to Brian Hebner. I like Brian Hebner. I think he's a good ref. That was completely uncalled for. And the bell ringer or stagehand, whatever, that got speared, he took that like a champ.
Lashley was mean to a lot of people in this match. A lot of people. A lot of people ate spears in this match.
Man, when he hit Hebner and he did that backflip, I was like, oh! That was my oh no moment. I was like, oh shit, he's going.
I want to know why. Like, I know it's like a referee thing that you have to like overly sell when you get hit. But for Kurt Angle being a trained professional wrestler, why does a spear take him out that long? Like, I don't care who the spear's from. He should not have been out that long.
It was the knee. The knee's still hurting. He's got to, get his way back up. Obviously, with Angle.
It's all EC3's fault.
Oh, it's T3's fault. Honestly. All right.
I think Kurt Angle just felt like he wanted to take a nap.
Yeah, he was a little tired. He's got to be a little winded, right? Kurt Angle hasn't been in that ring in like in ring action for a while. He's probably a little winded. He had to take a second or two, to get himself back where he.
When he got back in the
Yeah,
ring
he and
too, he
Shark
didn't
would
even get up
be.
back. When he got back in the ring, he's like, "Screw it, I'm just gonna stand my butt. I don't care."
Kurt
All
Angle,
right,
Shark would be sitting on the couch eating us together.
are we ready for the full run through of this match? Should I fully run it down?
Yeah.
All right. 'Cause I got a lot of points, so if you guys have anything to say and you think you're gonna forget it, just feel free, throw it in there just a little bit. Just throw it in there.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
we'll.
say, yeah, I'm gonna say again. I like
Oh,
that MVP and Kenny King weren't in this match because took it put a lot more in the match. I
Yeah,
know we
it
said
did.
that before we started recording, but it didn't. They didn't take away from the match as much as they usually do.
Yeah, and with them being there the last time, like I didn't think it like ruined the match because I think the match was actually like at its best when Kenny King and MVP were gone, and because they still had like 10 minutes after Kenny King and MVP got thrown out that first time at No Surrender.
Yeah, and when they're gone, it shows more of what Lashley can do. Like even in this match, he had more technical moves, like spots, not as much as like the just powerhouse moves.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like a heel either. Like when he's not with them, besides like recently, his last couple matches he's felt like a heel, but like it's kind of felt kind of neutral. Like he took the commentators out of it. You wouldn't think Lashley was a heel. You just think he was, the a dominating type of guy. You like especially before the first Rude match and this match, because he didn't really feel like a heel until the end, I guess, for this match.
Well, like even when Bobby Roode demanded another match, and MVP wanted Lashley to say no. Right then, he didn't seem like a heel. He almost seemed like he might do a face turn.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. So we got to start this match. We got a collar elbow tie up, which I loved. Once again, it goes back to that technical wrestling type of thing. Anytime I see a collar elbow tie up, I'm into the match immediately. Just because you don't see a lot of collar and elbow tie ups anymore. You used to see it all the time. Like if you go back and watch older matches, like the way they start a match, like if you go back and watch Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, the way they start that match is a lot different than how they would start Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose or John Cena versus Randy Orton. It's a lot different. It's so different. Like it's kind of it doesn't even look like the same thing sometimes when you go back and watch some of those old matches. So we got a collar and elbow tie up to start, which I love. Lashley obviously does the shoulder blocks and then he backs up and does the somewhat of a spear into the corner. We got a nice little hammerlock into a vertical suplex. I think that was by Lashley as well. I thought that the transition in between those moves looked really good. Rude versus a clothesline to the crossface. I thought this looked pretty nice with Rude. Rude does a good job of reversing things into the crossface and making it look good. But it was also nice to see that he didn't get the crossface immediately. He actually had to work for it a little bit with Lashley trying to pull his arm out. And Taz did note that Lashley, he tried to block that a little bit. Lashley, started working the back during the commercial break. He had dropped him outside of the ring. He had dropped Rude outside of the ring, obviously. And, he just worked the back with the torture rack and stuff like that. We got 3 atomic drops, which kind of hurt a little bit. 3 atomic drops on Bobby Roode. I don't think I could take 3 atomic drops. I think I'd have to try to. There would be a lot of selling in the atomic drop area. Rude throughout this match was selling the abdomen pain from the back injury, from basically his back injury from before. If you guys don't know, Taz points it out again. Taz is on his game at this point. Taz is like, a lot of times if you have, a back injury, it can be so bad that it shoots to the abdomen. And I love that he, pointed that out for us, especially if you didn't really understand that or didn't really notice that, you know what I mean? And even if it didn't make sense, at least he made up something for it. You know what I mean? So then we had Angle getting knocked out by a Lashley clothesline. This wouldn't be the last time Angle would get knocked out, but he did get knocked out by the Lashley clothesline, and once again, Angle is the special guest referee. Lashley hits a spear on Rude, but Rude does kick out because of the delay of Kurt Angle being down. Lashley sets up another spear, but Angle actually takes this spear instead of Rude. Then we had, Taz actually, once again, Taz is being, that about type of commentator, and he's like, that inexperience as a ref for Angle is probably why he can't really get out the way as well as he'd like to, or he doesn't really know where to be in the ring as a ref. So, at this point, I'm like, dude, everyone's getting speared because I can't remember if this was after the bell guy, the bell keeper, or whatever. I can't remember if this was after he got speared too. I think it probably was because it was getting ridiculous. I mean, I thought Lashley was going to come to my house and spear me real quick, as many people as he started to spear. So,
I think I did get speared, actually.
What?
I think I did actually get speared.
Quite possibly. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Lashley. You're probably still selling that abdomen pain at this point.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, I didn't think I'm lying down right now. I got hit hard.
So Rude goes and teases the Rude Bomb onto the floor. This was actually when they were outside of the ring. Rude teases the Rude Bomb onto the floor, but instead he does it onto the ramp to give it a little bit more impact. Lashley sells, dead weight. He sells he's out, and Rude struggles to get him back. Rude pinning Brian Hebner. No.
The biggest wedgie.
All right. What? What were you saying, Ryan?
Probably gives Lashley the biggest wedgie I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, he definitely
pulling him up to the face.
He definitely did.
I didn't know,
but Rude.
I didn't know atomic wedgie was a wrestling move, but he gave him one.
Well, once Rude, wedgied him and got him back in the ring, he attempts a pin, but there was no ref. Brian Hebner counts, but it was only a 2 count. Brian Hebner comes out of nowhere and starts counting. Obviously, you got to be ready at all times. Lashley hits a low blow on Bobby Roode while Brian Hebner is, distracted, obviously. And Lashley goes for the world title belt. Lashley clotheslines Hebner because he does not give a crap. Basically, he looked at Hebner was arguing with him. He was like, "You can't do that. I'm gonna disqualify you." He looks over at Hebner and frickin' just clotheslines him. So Lashley does not care. He says, "I'm the champ. I don't care what you say." Basically, he kind of pulled a Great Muta. Like if you guys watched Bound for Glory, Great Muta used a chair in a regular match just because he could. So I don't. But basically, he was like, "This is this is my building. I can do what I want." So basically, Lashley did the same thing here. And then after he clotheslined Brian Hebner, he hits Bobby Roode with the title belt. Roode kicks out at 2, and how many of us thought that actually the match was over here? Did you guys think the match was over after he hit him with the belt? None of us. None of us thought that it was over.
No.
Ryan,
did you think it was over once he hit him with the belt?
I was hoping it was. I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see Lashley lose the belt. I thought he still had some championship run in him.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I obviously, maybe if I wouldn't have known the result of this match, a couple of weeks before the result of this match, that would have been it. But I already knew it was going to happen, so I couldn't really, get myself to believe, oh, it's over. Um, so Rude does kick out, and we got "This is awesome" chance after he kicks out of the title shot, the title belt shot. Lashley actually goes for the Dominator for once, which is actually the I don't even know what you really call it. He used to do it a ton in WWE. He used to be his actual finisher in WWE, but he doesn't do it anymore. He does the power slam. He just like flips them on their faces or whatever. That's what I'm gonna say. So he goes for the Dominator, but it gets reversed. A Rude bomb attempt to the outside, but Lashley hangs on, and then actually hangs up Rude on the ropes. Rude, Lashley goes up to the top for some weird reason, and Rude gets the attempts to go for another Rude bomb. Lashley tries to roll up Rude. He does succeed in rolling up Rude, but Rude actually sits on the roll up leverage pin for the win. And I was a little bit upset about that, just a little bit. It was a great match, but I can't get myself to wrap my head around winning a title, especially the main title, that way. It's kind of understandable if it was like Rockstar Spud against Bobby Lashley, but we saw Bobby Roode put up a fight against Bobby Lashley the last time and would have won without the kayfabe knee tweak. So I just thought he was gonna hit a Rude bomb. And okay, it was different. And usually I'm like, oh yeah, it was different. I loved it, but it was different. But no, 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 no. Why? Like, I don't like ending like that. Like, it wasn't a roll up, but it was a leverage pin. Like, leverage. Go ahead for it. Just go ahead. Just whatever you guys gotta say. I just don't like leverage pin wins for main titles. I take it everyone agrees with me because no one's saying anything. Oh, I'm right. Woo! Video's over. No. What do you guys really think? Just about this match in general, about the ending.
I mean, it was pretty anticlimactic that he just got that leverage pin in. I was a little disappointed too, and it was obvious Kurt Angle counted a little faster during this than any other pin during the match. Obviously, maybe he wasn't as beat up this time, but he counted much faster than normal. But that's just because to end the show and to end the match, I get it. But yeah, I was disappointed that Bobby Roode won the match like that. I wanted something. I wanted him to actually hit the Roode bomb in the ring and get a pin.
Yeah, and this is the
something
thing,
more
dude.
better.
This is the thing, dude. So they've been promoting Bobby Roode as he's obviously going to be the face of the company. They've been pushing it for a while now, and okay, it just feels kind of fluky to me. This guy has been running through. I mean, storyline wise, Bobby Lashley has been running through everyone he's went against. He's went against Jeff Hardy, Austin Aries, Eric Young, and Bobby Roode, and basically dominated them all except for Bobby Roode that first time. So I just don't. It feels fluky to me. Like if I came into this not watching wrestling every week, I'd be like, that's a little fluky to me. I just felt like it was it wasn't. It's not really fluky, but if I was from the standpoint of a wrestling fan that doesn't really watch all the time, like Ryan, if this was the time you came back in and you've been seeing these video packages about Bobby Lashley being so dominant, would you think it was kind of fluky? That's my real question.
Yeah, if I didn't know anything about Bobby Roode and I came in and I saw Bobby Roode win like this, I'd be like, he's not keeping that title for too long. Like, he's not keeping it for another week. But since I know a bit about Bobby Roode and I know Lashley, and I know the way that his title's been going, and this is this is an option in which to take the story, but I don't think it was the best option.
Yeah, I I kind of felt like he was gonna win just because Kurt Angle was the special guest referee and MVP and Kenny King weren't there. But I didn't think it would be on a roll up, you know, or a leverage pin. I thought it would be something where it seemed like he really had to work for it, you know. Um, but I also did like the do like I'll say do like the fact that Taz does point out more kind of technical stuff that other commentators don't. Kind of like if somebody's doing a submission, he'll kind of point out what muscle or what body part it's actually doing something to, which I think is kind of cool. Um,
I think Taz kind of makes it feels like it makes us as wrestling fans feel like it makes us feel like it's a sport. Obviously it's not, but you know what I mean. Like if you if you treat it like a sport, then the fans are gonna feel like it is a sport. You know what I mean?
yeah, and I mean it is a show, but the things that they do still hurt. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
a lot of those submissions still hurt. A lot of the you can't fake a fall. You know, it's just physically impossible. You can't defy gravity.
Yeah,
So
you can't fake anything Jeff Hardy ever does.
yeah.
Ryan,
He was proof to
I
me.
bet you Chase would be like that. That doesn't hurt me.
He'd be like, "See how hard I bit on that? See how hard I bit on that?" Uh, hey Chase, if you're watching this video, eat me. Come fight me. I don't care. You're a piece of shit.
He's probably not watching it. I don't. I think this is probably the last video he watched. I just I just know about it, and that's what makes brings it up. Is I remember he was like, I can't remember what it was. It may have been a figure four or something. It was some kind of submission hold or something like that. And he's like, that doesn't really hurt. And I was like, it probably does, but okay. You know.
Like if EC3 were in real life, that'd be Chase.
I also wanted to point out that the show tonight, Impact, had like 6 matches, and Raw usually has like 2 or 3. So thumbs up for Impact.
Yeah, it's always like that. Impact's always got like it's always got about 5 or 6, and they're always pretty good. It's always a pretty good show.
Yeah.
That's good. That means that I can come in 20 minutes late and still actually get to watch a good show instead of missing an entire match, and that's half the show.
Well, with Raw, even if you're half an hour late, you didn't miss a match yet.
You're probably right.
They have to talk for like
I
two
haven't
hours.
watched Raw. I probably haven't watched Raw in like 3 years.
Uh,
Ugh. Where where did DJ run off to? Still there. Oh man. Uh, we're still live. Our host has abandoned us. What are we gonna do?
I don't know. We have no leader.
Decline into anarchy. You start telling jokes.
What do we do?
What's the hardest part of a vegetable to eat? His wheelchair. But
Oh, he really left.
he's like gone. What do we do? I don't know what to do about this. I think DJ just had a heel turn.
He's like, screw you guys, do the show by yourself. And you can't end it.
You guys just have to talk for the rest of your lives. Joke's on you. I'm going to go buy a bunch of Dr. Seuss books and read them out loud. Over and over again.
We're just gonna do obnoxious shit forever. He's gotta come back sometime.
I mean, you'd think so. At least he'd have to come back by next week so he could do another review.
He comes back next week. Dude, what the hell? You left us. We didn't know what to do.
We've been talking for 7 days.
We haven't left this spot.
I haven't gotten to sleep yet. I missed a week of class.
Good thing you're not here, because it's getting stinky. I haven't
I'm actually
showered.
concerned. Where did he possibly go?
Is he on Facebook? Like,
I just texted him. He's like, "Are y'all still in there?"
yeah.
Well, audience, you get a special behind-the-scenes look at me and Casey, I guess.
I feel like a kid who got left at Walmart. Daddy, come back.
Mom, I'm not in the minivan.
I'm not in the car, Dad. Come back.
Man,
I don't know what to do. I need an adult.
he says, "Lol, it kicked me out, and now my internet won't work." I don't know how to end this show. This is ridiculous.
Do we just hang up? Like,
I mean, I suppose if we just hang up, it'll end, but
there's always that chance that there's a weird limbo where it just keeps recording nothing.
oh, there he is.
Oh, he's back.
We were so lost.
We didn't know what to do.
You gotta believe. But you gotta believe that DJ will come back.
We did believe.
I, I I don't really know what happened just now. I have no idea what just happened. But they don't have a thing right anymore. It's unfortunate. But I don't know where are you guys at because obviously y'all were without me for a little bit.
We were panicking.
Yeah, one minute we were having a conversation about Bobby Roode and Lashley. The next minute we were just panicked children wondering where our father went.
Okay. I really don't know where to go from that. Um, so we were talking about Bobby Roode, I guess. I don't even remember because I started talking and then I saw you guys had froze, and I was like, okay, I guess they both froze. So I was about to end the video and shout out both of y'all's Twitters, and then it booted me out, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So a little technical difficulties there. So I guess we can just go through our overall thoughts on the show, just overall, just for the little end of this before it kicks me out again.
Pretty good show. Wasn't the best, but I've seen worse.
Are you talking about Monday Night Raw?
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about tonight.
it was pretty good. Not as hard hitting as some episodes, but I can live with it.
We didn't see Brittany, so it was kind of sad.
I didn't see any divas tonight. Any knockouts.
We saw the beautiful people.
I didn't. I wasn't there. I
Oh
came
yeah,
in after.
yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to see the beautiful people anyway. And we didn't even get to see Chrissy because they had another dude announce the fighters. No women on the show
Yeah,
tonight. Not for me.
Oh yeah, because she's having a baby. Sometimes soon she's pregnant. Right?
What?
Right.
all I heard was a.
Of Christy.
What about Christy?
Does it, so okay, so did you guys say something about Christy Hemme, or did I hear that?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, she's having a baby. That's probably where she is.
Oh, I
Oh.
didn't know she was preggo.
Maybe not.
I
I don't
thought
know
you
if she's
said
having
she
a baby
got
right now.
raped.
Oh no, she did not. No, not,
Is she going to make?
not to
I was like,
my knowledge.
I was like upset.
Thoughts on this show? I thought it was pretty good. I guess. Um, obviously match of the night. The Eddie Edwards James Storm match wasn't terrible at all. I'm waiting for the expansion of the Revolution that I know of. And I don't want to spoil that either. I've already spoiled it before, but I'm not going to spoil it now because my one viewer down there may not know about it. So I'm going to keep it to myself. So for this point, from whatever, I guess the Madison Rain Taryn Terrell thing and that match was okay. It was a match in the bathroom during that match. EC3 and Tyrus going up against the Hardys. That's pretty. I thought the tag team match better than this one. So,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
obviously the main event was the main event, and it was great. What were you saying, Casey?
I was agreeing with you that the first tag team match was better.
All right. I guess we'll end it here. Um, before I get kicked out or my computer goes dead or the world ends or something. So, okay. Or the revolution comes takes over, or Bobby Lashley comes and spears me. Oh, okay. Oh, we're good. All right. So you guys can follow me on Twitter at beastmode123100. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like, because I'd be happy if you did. Um, Because all you got to do is believe. So as long as I believe y'all are going to subscribe, you will subscribe. So, you know. So it's not even up to me at this point. Share the video wherever you like to share stuff. You can share it wherever you want to. If you want to go outside and say, "Hey, go watch this video," go ahead, go do it. I mean, that's you. That's you. All right. So guys, you gotta shout out your stuff. You know, let them know
Um,
how they can be like, "What's good, my brother," or whatever. However they talk. I don't know how people talk.
well, my Twitter, it's right there. And you should watch our videos because every time you don't watch our videos, a puppy dies. So
Well, I guess technically puppies. Wouldn't puppies technically? Doesn't a puppy die every day? So technically,
and
that
that's
is
because people don't watch
true.
our show.
But
We're not responsible directly for the puppy deaths. Just know that it'll happen.
well, Casey may be. Casey may be directly responsible.
Whoa, I don't kill puppies.
Yeah, we don't know about
I just advocate their survival.
it.
You want the advocate for my puppy? Rock. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Drop
my
your
my
nachos at
Twitter is my Twitter's right. Turn my finger the right way. There. At Bawadabu. Again, picture of a sandwich. So send me a tweet. I'll answer you. Probably. Probably not. I don't tweet much. But yeah, we
If
can
you
be
send me a
friends. I
tweet,
suppose.
I will probably, I'll probably answer you, but it may take me a couple of days because sometimes I see the tweet and I forget to answer it. So, I'm a human freaking being, so it's not my fault. But guys, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed. You better have enjoyed because if you didn't, well, that's just all I got to say. I ain't got words for you. I ain't got words for you. If you didn't enjoy, that's all you get. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a peace.